Okay, recording now. Thank you, Angela. I literally just said as people are getting on, I'm so proud I remembered to record, and I wasn't. Okay. Oh, well, that's not. So, recap. Set a diamond date. I would encourage you, look at your downline. I know we have kind of a broad spectrum of where you're at in the business. Some of you have just popped and, signed up a bunch of people, or you've gone emerald recently. So you might have a different diamond date. Some of you are just, that one coach away or that one emerald away. So it's going to look different to everybody. So it's not going to be like oh, well, she's making it, she wants to go diamond in a week. Like, talk to your coach, set a date, and really push for that, because dates, deadlines really help us. For me, I'm like the end of that month, that Success Club push, when you're like 2 days away, really helps you push. You're like, okay, Success Club or bust, right? So that's kind of the same thing. If you set that goal for yourself, put it on the calendar, visualize it, say diamond, this is it. Because it just helps you kind of see and break down, what does that mean weekly? What do I need to be putting in daily to make that happen? All right. So with that being said, as a diamond coach, you have to hold diamond and you cycle at a higher volume. If volume doesn't make sense to you, this is not a volume call, but I will refer you to some videos to watch on volume. But as a diamond, you cycle $18 every 300 volume points from your team. So as an emerald, it's 14. As a ruby, it's 16. As a diamond, it's 18. So I've been a coach for 2 years. That is where my main income comes from now. So you might see $14 or see $18 and go, okay, that's just baloney. That's ridiculous. I don't really care. But as your team grows, that $18 cycles, like when I have 2,000 volume points or 5,000 volume points, and you're seeing a $500, volume check, that's a lot of money. Our upline coach, she's like, I don't even know, 12,000 in volume. So, it adds up, it compounds over time. So that's really what you're going for. When you're hitting those rank goals, it helps your income. So it's not just like, oh, I'm diamond, or, it's a title and it's fun, but it does, for me, I'm income driven. I really like, being able to have that goal of, I want my husband, everybody says he's my husband, so now I just say it anyway. My boyfriend to quit his job. I want to create this level of income. So it helps me kind of cap out and see, where do I need to be? What rank do I need to be? What bonuses can I receive from this? So diamond is kind of that first level of really seeing that. I mean, that $18 is $20, a cycle. So you're hitting Success Club 5 to 10. You're going to see that volume start to rotate every week, and you're going to see go from $20 in cycle volume to $100 to $500. So it's going to start snowballing. So holding diamond is really good for that, because you drop back, your volume drops, and nobody wants that. So sorry, I don't know what is going on with my throat tonight. I know you hear it. I'm not going to cover it a lot, but Success Club truly is the way to continue that momentum. So when you hit diamond, if you're not hitting Success Club, you're going to have coaches going active. It's part of the business. You have people that you're signing up. They sign up for the discount that never order again. You have people sign up that really want to coach. They get into the team page, are really excited, and a week later go bleh and disappear, or block you and cancel. And you're like, what is going on? So by hitting Success Club, by making it your focus, I know it sounds crazy, but helping somebody get a fitness program, get Shakeology, get in a challenge group, get on the team, get excited and working on their goals. And if you're doing 3 to 5 people a month, helping them do that and helping those people see the opportunity in coaching and sharing their journey, you're going to at least be adding 1 to 3 coaches a month to keep your diamond rank, because you have to have 4 on each side that are active coaches, not just, oh, I've signed 4 up, now I'm done. Like, you want to keep going. So that Success Club goal for me is 10, because I know that I'm going to need some new coaches, new blood, new life into this business, because I know not everyone is cut out for this. So for every, 2 to 3 coaches I add into this business, I lose 2 to 3 coaches, because people lose interest. They go to a different product. I can't make anybody love this business. So out of the 10 people that I sign up, in a few months span, They're not all going to love the product. They're not all going to see what I see in this business. They're not all going to have the passion or want to coach. So it's my job to make that goal a non-negotiable so that my business stays structured and sturdy regardless of anybody else. I don't ever put my business in the hands of, Amanda or Erin or anybody on this call like, oh, well, they're going to go diamond, so we're good. I'm just going to sit back. I always am looking forward. So that Success Club goal seems so silly and you hear it all the time, but don't look at it as points to like get commissions. Look at it as, creating value when you're, getting one more person on board and on the team and seeing the dream and seeing the excitement. At least that's how I see it. So whether it's somebody that wants a fitness program that sees the coaching opportunity and they're like, I don't want to do Shakeology right away, whatever it is, getting that person on board with something and getting them excited. And then the next point I have for tonight is leading by example. So if you have a team of one person, or maybe you have, well, I'm assuming we have all emeralds on this call. So you have at least 2 people that have trusted you. Maybe they've signed up as a discount. Maybe it's your boyfriend or husband or, sister, mom, brother, whoever it is. You have 2 people. And so you have a team, right? You are a leader. Regardless of who those 2 people are, regardless of their goals in the business, you are choosing to be a leader and you're choosing to be a coach and you've chosen this business. So you need to just lead by example. I know I leaned on my coach for the webinars, for the trainings, for a lot of stuff because I didn't know how to make a YouTube channel or create this training. But what's great is all you have to do is hand the steps down to people. You don't have to create, a new coach basics, but you do have to know where to guide your coaches to get that, right? So I host a new coach basics. You don't have to run it, but you do have to know, how to help your coach find it. Same with webinars. I host a What is Coaching sneak peek and webinar every month. So you can see it in our team calendar. But you have to be proactive and lead your team by example by making sure if you want them to invite to it and post about it, make sure that you're inviting and sharing with them what you're going to post and creating images and creating your own stuff so that they can see, okay, so Emily made this banner, what is coaching about? And she put her face on it. So like, it's not her hosting it, it's Brie, but she put her face on it and said, join me, because I want somebody to join Angela or Amanda, not me. You're inviting them to join you. So being, proof of the face of your business, whether that's 2 people or 10 people in your organization right now. Like I said, if it's a mother or brother or a husband or whatever, it doesn't matter how many people you have. This is perfect time and perfect practice to be that face of the business. Because now I'm like, oh, I actually have to host these webinars. Like it was way easy when I was like, join me and my coach and then shoot them the link and then my coach did it, right? So it's good practice. You don't have to do anything crazy. You just have to go and search out and be a guide to those people that are joining you. Because then as you create momentum and you're adding coaches, you have it down. You know what emails to send your coaches. I'm sure your upline coach has given you the files of, I sign a new coach, now what? Send them a new coach email. You don't have to run their business, but you do have to just give them a little, here's your self-paced stuff, talk to them, answer questions as best you can, and guide them to the online office. So really just leading by example. If you want them to post and share their journeys, be sure you're posting and sharing your journey. If you're telling them to do the 3 vital behaviors, are you doing the 3 vital behaviors? If you expect your team to grow and be hitting Success Club, are you hitting Success Club? So these are things you should be asking yourself as you're pushing to diamond. A diamond coach doesn't do anything different. It doesn't matter if you have 2 coaches or 10 coaches or 50 coaches. I do the same thing in my business. Now I host these calls and I, help pass down the system, but I still get in my inbox every day and send invites. And I still read personal development and I still share my journey on Facebook. Those 3 vital behaviors is what I do as a coach. And I have new coaches coming into the business every day, and I want them to see that's the important part. So just leading by example. I want to show that Success Club is possible. So if I'm like struggling and I'm telling everybody like, I know guys, like I'm struggling too, I can be real about it, but I want to show that it's a tangible goal. So that's why I made it a priority to hit Success Club 10. That meant talking to a lot of people, but I've now hit 2 years of Success Club 10 because I wanted it to be a non-negotiable and to show, hey, this is possible. So I can tell a coach, like, don't be afraid of it. You know, it can happen. It takes a lot of work, but it can happen. There were a lot of months that I would cry. It would be the 28th, and I'm like, this sucks. Like, everybody is saying no. I've had a return. Or I would start my month out with 2 returns. I'd be at a negative number, and I'm trying to climb out of a hole. But whatever it was, I didn't use it as an excuse because nobody was going to run my business. Nobody was going to hit that goal besides me. I had to sit down and do the work. So some months it meant more work than others. And I always see inviting as my business growing in 3 months. So if I send an invite or add somebody to my network, I always see that as a potential for my business growth in 3 months. So don't ever say, oh, that person said no and cross them off. Just assume that that person's going to follow your journey really closely and they will connect and trust you within 3 to 6 months if you're consistently posting and sharing, okay? I'm trying to stick to my notes so we don't go over. Using the leadership ladder. If you're my coach, I'm just kind of starting to navigate this way a little more because the leadership ladder really focuses on benchmarks other than Success Club. It shares, income goals and volume goals and kind of shows you, where you're at. So more than just a rank or more than just a numbers game, it really breaks things down. And as an Emerald coach, what should you be striving for and achieving? So this leadership ladder, you can go into your online office and it'll break it down. So you can see right where you're at, what your next goal is, and you have comparable things. It can say, your volumes here, it should be here. This is your next benchmark. So what does that mean? Help your coaches sign up 1 person or help, your team get 2 more people to Success Club that month, whatever it is. And you're going to grow from that. So I would suggest if I'm your upline, I'll walk through it with you one-on-one and we'll see where you're at and what your next benchmark is on the leadership ladder. And if I'm not, reach out to your upline coach. Maybe we'll do a leadership ladder call or I'll do a YouTube video on it to explain it a little more and screen share. I didn't want to take time to do that tonight, but write that down, leadership ladder, and go look at it on your online office. Because it's super, super important to hit those other benchmarks because I know we all have goals besides ranking. I don't think our team thrives on titles. Top 10 has never been my goal because I'm terrified of being a top 10 coach. They ask a lot of those people. But we have other goals as a team. And so I want you to really define those, the leadership ladder is able to help you focus where your goals are, whether it be income or, how many people you want to help a month, whatever it is. So I just wanted to cover that a little bit because that's really kind of where my focus has been shifting to a little bit more than rank because it can be scary. Talking about rank is just stressful. So as you're pushing to diamonds, go look at that and kind of see where you fall and you might surprise yourself. Maybe you're already, on the leadership ladder and you don't even know. Let's see. Before you worry too much about volume, building to diamond, you have to go both sides. So there's no science to this person's going to be a rock star coach and this person's not going to be a rock star coach. Like I mentioned, we've all had that person we've seen in the team where it's they're super excited and then they disappear. So all you can do as a diamond is try to build a strong diamond foundation by building evenly. And then once you're really strong, then you can start, have that volume call or you'll have that call with your upline. But until you really get it balanced and you get it really strong, don't worry about the volume because it'll be all over the place for the next, 6 months. Mine didn't really settle in until about 1.5 years into the business where I saw a steady increase in volume and could start really placing coaches for volume purpose. One of my notes, host a team call. Whether, like I said, whether you have 1 coach or it's your husband, practice. Find things that you love about the business that you would want to share with your team and host your own team call once a week. Pick a time that works for you, fit it into your schedule, and host one. You can invite your team to our Friday night calls. I love having a big group chat. I love having our team calls on Friday nights, but sometimes your team needs to see you lead from the front. And I don't want you to have, the team drown you out. I want you to learn how to be a leader. So I started team calls, and I had like one person on the call, and they wouldn't have their camera on. And I'd be like, okay, just going to talk to myself. And it might be 15-minute call of like, let's talk about Success Club, because I didn't know what else to talk about. But it's really important to host some kind of call or some sort of thing to bring your team together. It's great practice because you start getting, talking in front of 15 people on a call, and you're like, you don't want to be panicked. So get used to Zoom or whatever link you want to use, or however you want to host your calls. Get used to sharing and talking about, whether it's getting on a Zoom call by yourself and sharing your story to nobody. I did that before I did a webinar. I was like, okay, I'm just going to talk to myself, because you literally are talking to yourself when you're on a webinar on YouTube. You can't see anybody. You can see there's people watching, and you're like, okay. So I would just record myself talking about my story. I'm like, ooh, that sounded awful. Cross that out. Change this slide. Or just make little videos and share them with our team. If you don't have a team page yet, which you definitely don't have to, make little videos about how your week's going, and feel free to share them in our team page, or share them with your coach, or make a private YouTube channel. You don't have to let anybody see them, but something to help you become a leader. So as you're doing your personal development, whether it's sharing a little clip of what you learned through your personal development on your Facebook, something to get on video, something to be able to learn how to talk to a group and learn how to lead your team. So whether it's hosting a team call or whatever you want to do, make sure you're getting on the phone with your coaches, or getting face-to-face with your new coaches, whether they're discount or your husband. Talk to your husband about, hey, practice on him how to like invite to the coaching opportunity. So I want you to feel empowered that it's your business. So while we have all these great trainings and all these, team things to help utilize in your business, I really want you to be the face of your business and start kind of branching out. Wherever you feel like you're scared to do something, that's probably the best place to start and practice before you have to do it in front of a live audience of 100 people. I know when my coach first asked me to share on her team call, and I'm like, oh, 250 people. Yeah, I don't want to do that at all. So I started hosting my little team calls, and then I told her I would share. Empower your coaches, help them with templates of their own. So we have a team script, but kind of share with them how you were able to translate that script and, insert your story and little things that have helped you, sign your first coach or sign your first challenger. Because those one-on-one focused conversations to help your new coaches get through that scary first conversation or that scary first invite, you have to hold their hand. And then at some point, they sign up their first challenger or they sign up their first coach, you're able to let go of their hand because they've had that conversation. They're like, okay, I can do this, right? And then you can kind of go through a conversation with them and say, congrats, you did it by yourself. And then they do it, right? So you kind of are passing the baton. But a new coach, I remember when I signed up, I had no idea. And I look at conversations and I'm like, oh my gosh, I butchered that. Like, that's okay. So helping your coaches with templates of their own, how to save the script so they know how to utilize it every single day. And then recognizing your coaches. As you're pushing to diamond, you're signing coaches on a consistent basis. You're signing challengers. You have, coaches who hit a good, awesome goal of, signing a challenger. It doesn't have to be a huge, crazy, scary, rank goal, but you should be sharing those little things because that's what's important. I know it helps me as a new coach. I would be like, oh my gosh, my coach saw that I signed a challenger. Like, that's so exciting. I've never done this before. Network marketing, it's new to me, right? So share it with the team. Put them on blast and say, hey, I'm really proud of, what Morgan's accomplished. I'm really proud of what Amanda has done this week. And share that. When you have a new coach, welcome to the team. Always welcome them. Say, hey team, this is so-and-so. Add them to the group. Make them feel welcome. Share what the team page is. Share that there's information. You see me with every new coach, please welcome so-and-so. This is who they are. This is their goals in the business. And I'm really excited to have them on board. So it's your job to be proactive about recognizing your team, recognizing those small goals. It doesn't always have to be a big, crazy 2-star, 5-star elite coach announcement, like those little things. And I shared, the smallest things on my personal page of, hey, look at what our team did. Whether it's you and another coach, and you changed 3 lives that month, or you know, plus another coach signed 2 challengers, we changed 2 lives this month, and I'm so proud of what our team has done. You can always talk about our team as a whole, because we are a team. So what I shared today with our team rocking it, like we had, I don't even know how many names on there. Take that and be like, heck yeah, I'm on that board. Like, look at what our team did this month. So always, you know, celebrating success as you go, and empowering your coaches, welcoming them, sharing with them. So I hope this helped you guys. I know it's not like a lot of note taking of like, okay, do this to get to Emerald, because it really is the basics that we go through all the time. And you guys know the 3 vital behaviors, but I hope it helps kind of share the little tweaks and differences that you can make in your business, so that people start following you and taking you seriously and going, oh, that chick has it put together. I was sharing when I was an Emerald coach that my team rocked and they wanted to join me because I was going places. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I'm going places. I really have no idea. Like, I felt like I was sitting in a mud puddle. But I shared every single day of like, my team rocks. This is awesome. I want you to be our next, you know, person on our team. I'm taking 2 people this month. And I'm like, gosh, I hope I find 2 people, right? So always being proactive about putting a positive spin on it and saying, you're missing out if you don't ask me about this opportunity. You're missing out if you don't join our coach sneak peek, because our team is going places. We are a top 100 team. We are a premier team. You don't want to miss out, because this is the opportunity, you know, you need. So sharing all of that. Anyway, I hope, like I said, I hope this helps kind of empower you, that whether you have 1 or 10 or 50 people on your team, it can start right now, and you can be the leader, and you can really take it and run with it. So I don't have a list of to-do things for you. Do the vital behaviors. The only thing that, you know, creates success faster is doing more of those daily behaviors. So, you know, somebody that wants to be average in the business is gonna do the bare minimum. When I hear how many people do I need to invite, I'm like, well, there's no how many do I need to. Like, you don't need to invite anybody to this opportunity if you never want to. But if you want to make this your business, then put a number on it for yourself and say, I'm going to challenge myself to invite or create 10 new conversations a day. And I'm not going to go to bed until I have a list, or, you know, on my Google document, wherever, of 10 new names that I've added to my network, or 3 new people that I've added as friends, and 5 people that I've created conversations with. Whatever your goals are, make sure that you have a clear vision of, hey, this is my business. And if I go to bed and I didn't read personal development, or I go to bed and I didn't drink my Shakeology, why would I expect my team to grow and do that, right? They're going to be inconsistent. They're probably not going to show up every day and post if I'm not showing them to do that and that it's doable. When I worked 50 hours a week, I was like, I have a kid and I have this and I'm pumping and I'm breastfeeding and I'm dealing with depression and all this stuff and I don't know what to post. But I knew if I didn't do it, the few coaches that were watching me wouldn't do it either, because they wouldn't see it as valuable or important. So I know the importance of people seeing my posts every day. So even when I don't feel like it, or feel like I have nothing to share, I've been on bed rest. So I'm like, I have no workout to share. Like, I don't really, my food doesn't look pretty. I'm just trying to like get something down. I come up with something. You know, I've been reading a lot of personal development, because that's pretty much all I can do. So I'm like, great, I'm going to share my story over and over and over and over, and these like inspirational quotes, because I don't really know what else to post about. But it's a selfie, and it's me, and it's, you know, sharing where I'm at. I'm not sharing that I'm working out, because I can't work out. So be real, be authentic, be where you're at, but just, you know, be present. And people will start to see that and start to value it. That's all I have for tonight. I hope it was helpful. I hope it wasn't just a bunch of in one ear, out the other. I hope it was inspiring and helpful to you guys. But I know, like I said, going from wanting this so bad and being Emerald for 11 months, I know the struggle. Like, I hope you can take something away and like see it was not every day of like, oh, well, Bree was just so like, just hit it out of the gate. Like, it took me a really long time to hit diamonds. And so I'm not saying it's going to take you that long, because it definitely doesn't need to. I had to get out of my own head and my fear of diamond and my fear of being a leader. And the second I did that, I popped diamond. but it had to start with me, and it had to start with kind of a focus of like, do I really want this? You know, am I in the right place? Am I doing the things to be a leader? And I wasn't. So that's why it took me so long. Let me see the chat. Something about getting on the Beachbody site. I was having some issues earlier, and I know Carrie was too. I just got on it before we got on this call though. So I was having issues with it earlier. I would just close out, or it depends on your screen. Sometimes I switch to Chrome as my browser. Other than that, I don't know. We might just have to refresh it. I think that was it. Was it the question? Okay. So was this helpful? Yes, no? Do you guys want more calls like this?
Hey, Bree, did you talk about, I don't know if I missed it, I was putting Charlotte back to bed, like what you need in your left and your right leg for Diamond?
I think I covered it before. Record.
Okay, cool.
So for Diamond, oh, sorry, there's an echo. For Diamond, all you need is 4 active coaches in your left. And by active, I mean, I hope you all know what active is. It's 50 volume points. So whether you've signed your spouse up or, you know, somebody that you're going to actually be like keeping them active, they don't need Shakeology necessarily, but they do need 50 volume points. So whether that's putting a customer through them, that equals 50 volume points, or ordering something that's 50 volume points, you'll see next to products, it'll show the price and it'll show the volume. So you just need 50 for them to be active. So whether it's, you know, helping a discount coach get set with a new program to keep them active, or making sure that they're loving Shakeology and drinking it consistently, whatever it is that you're helping them stay active. So you need 4 coaches in your left and 4 coaches in your right. And one of those 4 coaches needs to be Emerald. So they need 2 active coaches. And that's what Diamond is. So a lot of times when I break it down for my personally sponsored coaches on our one-on-ones, and when we talk about Diamond, and I think this has really helped some of my coaches, maybe not. I could be saying this without them. They're probably like, no. Hit Emerald 4 times, right? So Emerald is fairly easy. You found a discount coach, or you signed a spouse or friend, and you went Emerald, right? So think about doing that 3 more times, okay? I don't want you to focus about Diamond is scary, or that's 8 coaches, or make it big and overwhelming. Literally look at it as, I'm going to hit Emerald over and over and over and over. And if you do that, I still do that, because now I'm building my boyfriend, and I have a second business center. I'm like, oh my gosh, where are all these coaches going to come from? I want to rank advanced here, and I want to do this. But I literally look at it as like, okay, so I open my next business. I just need to hit Emerald. I just need to put 2, right? And then Aaron, just going to put 2. So you're always just going left and right. If you don't know how to place coaches, please reach out to your upline. It's a very simple video on YouTube, and I can share it with the team or your upline. If you just search on YouTube how to work coach placement, there's like 50,000 videos. Some people like the genealogy. I like going to my genealogy and I click the spot that I want it, you know, left outside or right outside leg. I go to the bottom and I click the spot, or you can go to preferred placement and you can click left or click right. So as you sign coaches up, just make sure Emily and I were just talking about this before the call. She's like, I'm Emerald, but I just realized both my coaches went on the left. So you have to have it balanced out. For Emerald, you know, you have one on your left, one on your right, and both of hers went to her left, so we're going to switch one over. You have 5 days to switch a coach. So say you signed, you know, sent out links, and you signed 3 people up, and you're like, man, I really wanted this person over here. You have 5 business days, and you can go to the FAQ, just search coach placement change, and it'll pop up, say email here. You click email, you fill it out with the coach you want to switch and which leg you want to switch it to. So you put their name and their coach ID and say, I would like them to switch to my left. Or my right, and you submit that, and then within 48 hours you'll usually see that, or you'll get confirmation that it's been received. Another great asset to use is live chat. So if you're signing a customer or any coach, I always ask once they've completed their sign up to just shoot me their order number, because usually I have their email. I use the Team Beachbody Coach mobile app to sign people up. So I already have their email. All you need to do to make sure that somebody's placed with you, say they had an existing account, or they already had a coach in the past, or they bought something off Amazon, all those accounts are assigned a coach. So maybe that coach isn't active anymore, but they have an account already. And say you sign them up and you're like, where are they? I ask every single person, I just say, hey, once you've ordered, shoot me your order number that you'll receive in a confirmation email, and we'll get you set up. And I'll get you an email to get you started. So if you have their email and order number, you can always get them signed under you, regardless of when they place their order. If it goes to somebody else, you just do a live chat, you give them the email and order number, and they'll make sure that volume and commission and that customer is sent to you. So always, always, always ask for that order number. It's not weird. Just be like, hey, once you get that, shoot it my way and we'll get you set up and we'll get you started. So I always do that with any customer. Even if I know for a fact that they're going to go under me, I always just say, give me that order number, because that's my little insurance policy of like, okay, this person signs up and somehow they get shot to another coach or sign up wrong or they order the wrong thing, whatever it is, I have their information so I can just do a live chat quick and get them switched over. So I hope that explains. So for Diamond, you just got to build even. You need to have the active. So checking and going into the tab where it says my business. You can go to my downline and then go to the bottom option. I think it's the very bottom option, I believe. Is it the very bottom option? I want to say bottom option. I'm looking really quick. My downline sponsorship drill down is where you want to go. And that'll show your downline. So it'll show the coaches you've signed up, and it'll show what side they're on. It'll show active. And then if it shows red, if it's red, it means that Thursday they're going to go inactive. So you need to check with them, say, hey, have you canceled your Shakeology? This way you're not, oh, why am I not Emerald anymore? Why am I not, Diamond anymore? Always be proactive Monday through Wednesday night, checking that frequently to kind of see where people are at, where people are being placed. So it's your job to go in there, go to coach and check your downline. See, even if you have two coaches, is everybody active? Is everybody good? Sorry, I'm short-winded now. I'm like 2 calls later. I'm pregnant. I'm like, okay. I think that's it. If you have questions, ask in the team page or ask your upline. And if you guys want to continue to do these calls, I will fit them in. So let me know, or let your upline know if it was helpful or not. If you want to do more calls, they can, Amanda will let me know, or reach out to me, message me. I don't care. And we have a Push to Diamond chat. If you want to be added to that too, you can just request or comment in the team page or tag me or something, and I'll add you to the chat. All right. I think that's it, guys. I hope you have a good night. Thanks for hanging in with me. I know it was kind of a long call, but I hope it was helpful.
We're gonna hide.
And the kiddo's up. Mine is sitting in the hall.
Thank you.
Sitting there for like an hour. She's just sitting in the hall. All right. I'll talk to you guys later.
All right. Bye.
Bye.